Hey folks, it's Frithgar here, how you doing? Welcome back to Broadacres. I'm just seeing if I can get the tractor out of this bit here, because there is a little tiny bit of a gap in that collision, just on the very edge of it there. You could just squeeze through. So yeah, that bit's coming in the update for the map. There will be a fix for that. So we don't need to worry about that at the moment. What I want to do at the moment is I want to go to FS17, start this bad boy up, press H, and away it goes. Right. For a few of you who were a little bit concerned about how this is going to sort of pan out, what the plan is here, because obviously I'm not just going to sit and wait for this field to be planted. This field will have full-grown carrots over on this side long before he ever finishes planting, but we're not going to touch the field until the job is completely done. That's the plan here. We're going to let the big bud completely 100% plant this field all the way across using this tiny little seeder down here. That's what we're going to do with that one. We're not going to worry about it other than that. Now, I did say last week that I was going to attempt to do an episode where I would spend the entire episode talking with an Australian accent. And a couple of people, well, actually one person in particular, Patrio Gracemark, who is a long-time fan of this channel and often has some very interesting comments to make down in the comments section. He stated that it would be better if I was to wait until January. I think is it January the 25th or something like that? Because that is actually Australia Day. And considering that this whole little exercise of mine is probably not going to result in like the best Australian accent you've ever heard, I'm thinking that might be a good idea, because then I don't have to do it like loads of times, or even twice, because I think it could end up being quite bad and ultimately very embarrassing for me. So I like this idea, so I think I'm going to wait until January the 25th for doing this, and that is only a little while away. Let me just go onto here a minute. I'm just going to wait for the map to load. Yeah, so what are we looking at? That's about 2 months away, and 2 months is well, that's 8 weeks, isn't it? So no, I don't want to go there. I want to go to that one a minute. Yeah, so we're looking at 8 weeks, aren't we? Which is 24 episodes. There's no way I'm going to be finished on this map in just 24 episodes. We're going to be here for a while. So my next task is going to be getting some straw in for the pigs. Now, it would appear that we cannot put straw in just as it is. What we need to do is we need to stick it into a straw shredder. And we've got a couple of options. I don't think you can actually do it that. I think you've got to have a proper straw shredder. So we're just going to buy a standard straw shredder right there. I get that one. Okay, and we're going to back out of there, and then we're going to go over to our tractors, and we are going to get a new tractor. Now, we are going to go back to an old favorite here, and this particular tractor is one that we will be using quite a lot in this series. I love this tractor. I love what we've done to it, the changes that we've made to it. So it's going to be here to stay. We're going to be using it a lot in this series, if I can find it. Where is it? Please tell me that I've got it loaded on this map. If I don't have it loaded, I'm going to be bitterly disappointed, because that is, you know, it does appear that we don't actually have it. How can I not have it loaded? Oh, there it is. Phew. Right, so we want our rolling tractor, and to start with, I think we're just going to go for standard wheels on this one, and then I'll get another one with double wheels. So we've got that one there. We're also going to want a loader in order to put the bales from the truck. Actually, no, we're not going to need to do that. I think we can get away with not using a loader. I think we can get round this. So let's go over and get the rolling on. Oh, hang on, I nearly forgot. We cannot have our rolling strolling around naked. It needs to be fully clothed, and to do that we must have our minion weight. So we'll take our minion weight with us. So this way we can get food in for the pigs. Now, I was thinking, what should I do with the pigs, the rest of them? I did say that maybe I could get some there's a mod that you can just buy pig food direct and just put whole pig food in. And then I thought, well, you know what? I'm not sure that I actually want to do that. I think that it might be more interesting if we were to actually grow and harvest all of the individual crops and feed our pigs that way. We don't have to do everything like slow and realistic. This is an unrealistic series, so let's not forget that. We will be doing it unrealistically, but we don't have to settle for just putting a mod in and then dumping the food into the pigs. We can get a load of fields, we can grow all the various different crops, and we can harvest them. Now, something else that I've been thinking about quite a few people have said already that in the last series, what I did a lot of was... actually, I need to put that one a little bit closer to the machine, don't I? What I did a lot of was I took mods and I made them faster and with a much bigger capacity than they would normally have. And a lot of people really liked that. They thought that was a really good way of doing it. But what I was also doing was I was making the mod work wider than it would normally. And as a lot of people have said, they would prefer me not to do that, to give it the false width on it. Now, I might do that occasionally, but I have heard you, so I'm going to try and avoid doing that for the most part in this series, just to sort of make it a bit more interesting for you. And a bit more entertaining. So that means we're just going to have to use bigger fleets of machines, and we will be making them faster. But, actually, I need to do that, and then I want to go that way, and I want to go that way. I'm hoping that this will work. Yes, excellent. Okay, it sort of worked. Sort of. It's a very, very, very sort of there, but it kind of worked. I got bales everywhere here. I think I got 3 in the actual feeder wagon there. If I can just get that one to come off. There we go. That one's fallen off. And bump those out of the way. Now, where do I have to go to unload this thing? That's going to be the next question. I'm not actually sure where the trigger... Oh, it's there. There is the trigger. It's right there. So if I... Actually, I'm going to turn around so that it's facing the right way. Now, these bales are 1,000,000 litres each. So there should be enough straw in here to deal with this. I don't think that it's going to be any problem. If I just put that one there and start unloading. How quickly is it going to unload a bale? Whoa! Okay, I thought it would do it really, really slowly. That's actually fantastic. I'm really pleased with that. I really like that. Okay, we're going to leave that right there. Actually, no, we don't need to. We don't even need to do that, do we? Because, I mean, it doesn't matter if the bales are a bit messy. But what I'm going to do is I will unload that one. That one can just stop right there. And we can use this trailer and lorry again. If we are truck, I should say truck. I've been told that in Australia it is trucks. So we're going to be using trucks. Yeah, that should be good to go there. So we've got water and we have now got bedding in for the pigs. We take a look. There we go. So we got plenty of bedding and we got water as well. So we need corn, we need wheat or barley, we need canola, sunflowers or soybeans, and we need potatoes or sugar beet. As many of you know, I do have the Platinum DLC. I have tested the Platinum DLC on this map, and at the moment... you can't do sugarcane. I've been told by Ben that you need... he needs to do an update for the map to allow it, but he will push that out as soon as he can. So we will be able to do sugar beet on this map later on. I don't know when we'll do that, though, because at the moment there are no extra mods. So we can't speed up the whole process of harvesting it, and quite frankly, the way it is in the standard game, we don't really want to be doing that. So the next job, we're going to go back up to the shop. Now, we need to... get these pigs. I mean, they've got no food at the moment, so that's kind of an issue in that they've got 0 food at all. I mean, we can just kind of leave them go for a little bit, but we do need to think about growing them some food. So we want 4 separate fields with 4 separate crops in order to get them enough food to keep them going. Now, well, I'm hoping ultimately to take this up to about 25,000 pigs. How well that's going to work later on, I don't really know. I'm also hoping later on to increase, to buy cows and get quite a few. And I was thinking like 100,000 cows or more. So we're really going to go overboard with the cows. Now, if we look at these fields, we've got a field of wheat up there that we could go and... Well, actually, we will go and buy that one right now. So if I go there, I'm just going to visit that field up there. And is that just planted or what? I think this field has just been planted. So if I go through fruit types, growth. Just wait for it to load in. So I think that this, yes, that one has just been planted. So we've got a field of wheat that we can use, and that there is a field of cotton. We've already bought that. Now there are some fields over here as well that we've got, so we don't want to go, we want these here, and we can see what we've got. So we've got some that we can harvest. We've got more wheat, we've got barley, there's wheat over there. That one looks like a barley field. That one's not been bought yet, but it is ready to go. So we've got some of the basic crops. I'd say that we just need a field of corn. And I reckon field 5 might be the best one. I mean, actually, let's go for field... where's the gate for field 6? That's up this end. It's a little bit of a nuisance being that end. Okay. We're going to need a big field for corn, aren't we? Especially as we expand our operation. But then this is a 16 times map. So field 6 is obscenely big, and so is field 2 for that matter. So I think that to start with, we will go with field... Yeah, we're going to go for field 5 anyway. I knew I was going to do... Oh, that is field 6. So where's field 5? Field 6 is there. Oh, field 5 must be up... Yes, there it is. So we're going to be going... Yeah, all right. Well, we're going to go to field 5, and we're going to buy this one. Let me buy that. It's $30 million. So we've got that field there, which means that we can start planting that one. And that's the one that we're going to plant with corn. Actually, I don't think I've got a seed drill ready to plant corn at the moment. Not in the style to which we've become accustomed anyway. Let's go back to field 3, and we do want to buy this one as well. That's $6 million. Okay, so we've got a field of wheat that is there and ready. And then we also... actually, no, I need to go back to my rolling. And this bad boy here, we're going to take this one up to the shop again, and I'm going to get a new seed drill. So we can start doing some planting up here, but I don't have the correct seed drill. I'm really sorry. I'd forgot to get the seed drill that I wanted ready for this, which means I will need to do that ready for next episode. But if we go into here, I do have a seed drill that is ready, and is this one. Now, I have removed the super wide width that I did previously have on this one. It is back to its standard width, but I've kept the speed increase on there, and I've kept the capacity increase as well. So it's got 2.8 million litre of capacity, and if I select that one, buy... There we go. Right, we also want to get a placeable and put down a seed tank. It's just going to be a little bit easier. But what I did also get was a placeable forage tank and a placeable pig food tank. We've got the pig food tank there, we've got the forage tank there, and then I've got these 3 over here. So I want the seed tank. I want to be able to place this one down so that I can make some, get some seed. I'm wondering if I should put it here. It might actually be easier if I put these over here. If I put one of those there, and I also put a solid fertilizer tank in here as well, so that we can then load up as and when we need to, and then later on we can always come back and we can move them elsewhere. So let's get this one on here, and we'll go and put it onto that seed drill back there. And then once we've got the seed drill going, I'm going to get a second lot going, and we can use one of these seed drills to just do round the headlands in the field that the big bud is currently working in, because we do need to sort of finish off the headlands on there, and I figured that doing it like this would probably be better than using the great big seed hawk, because the seed hawk is great and all, but it's very, very slow, and we don't really want to run it like that. So let me just pull this one up here and fill up. So this does fill nice and fast. Actually, I don't think this one takes fertilizer, does it? I think this is just a single solitary machine. It stopped. Or maybe it does take fertilizer. Why has it stopped? 1.6 million in seed costs. That's quite impressive. Okay, no, it doesn't appear to take fertilizer at all. Actually, you know, it'd be a lot easier if I would just do this and check. Where are we? Cultivators, tippers, sowing machines. There we go. And the cockerling there. No, it's just seed. So why did it stop loading at just 1.29 million? It should take 2.8 million in here. I think I may have crept forward a little bit. Load. Ah, yeah, it's a very, very small window that it allows you to fill from. And because it drifted a little bit when it was full, that's why it moved. So, problem solved. Let's take that one out from there, and we'll put the lid over. Now, apparently, there is somewhere in town, there's actually speed limits. So it's only so fast that you could drive. Now, this tractor should be able to break any and all speed limits that are built into the town. So let's just take a little drive through the town and see if we can break any speed limits and get the thingy to flash up. I can't remember where exactly it flashes up at us, but it is here somewhere. Going to go straight through the middle of this, and I don't know if it's over here. It might be round the edge of town. I haven't seen anything flash up yet. Oh, maybe it's over this way. Oop, easy. Well, let's see if we can do this. See if we can get this speed limit thing to come up and tell us that we're driving too fast. It's got it there. Oh, there we go. You were detected driving 30k over the speed limit. You were fined $1,506. That is fantastic. Absolutely brilliant. We've been fined for speeding in our tractor. I love the fact that I can be fine for speeding in this tractor. It's brilliant. I genuinely love this tractor. I really do. This is one of my favourites. So we'll take this one over, and actually, what did I want to plant with this one? You know, now that I think about it, we said that we were going to plant corn in the big field, but we've got a load of crops ready to harvest in the other ones. If I'm planting corn in there, what am I doing with this seed drill? I don't actually need this seed drill, do I? Because, yeah, we've got wheat there, we've got wheat there, we've got some barley and wheat and canola. So that should, unless I put corn in that one, but I could also grow some beans in one of the other fields so that it's ready. I think that would probably be a good idea, actually. So we're going to start planting beans down in field 6, I reckon. And so if I do that and I teleport over here, we'll jump into field 6, like that. Where's the gate? There it is. Actually very, very close to the gate. I'm quite impressed. So we'll bring that one over here. Now, the big test is whether or not it's going to stop on the edges of the field, but we can soon find that out, because what I'm going to do, as soon as I've bought this field, let me go over here. There we go. And buy for $18 million. Right, we'll buy this one, and then we're just going to nip over to this other side of the field over here, and I'm going to start unfolding as we go. So, what do we want? Beans in here. There's barley, that's canola, and beans. We'll plant beans in here, because we've already got a little bit of canola, so we don't want any more of that. And I'm going to start planting sideways here, because this is going to be a good indication if the tractor is actually able to stop on the headlands in time, or if we need to give like a decent sort of buffer zone for it to be able to stop and turn round. So let me just back up here a little bit. I don't need to go up very far, but enough to allow it to get started. And go like that. Nope, I don't want AI vehicle extension this time. I want standard AI. Let's try that. How well is it going to do this? Right, well, it plants just fine. It's whether it can turn at the end of the field. And there's no issues with the field boundary here at the moment. So we may have an issue with the field boundary. No, I don't think we will, because there's a road all the way around it, so I can't see that's going to cause us any problems. Slows right down and boom, straight into the fence. Okay, it really doesn't like that one. Really, really doesn't like that one. So let me just try turning around, and we'll go back the other way and see if it does the same thing. It probably will, but if it's going to do this, then it's easy enough to correct it. What we can do is just put... well, we can kind of nurse it through just a couple of passes, and then I think that'll be enough to allow it to turn around. I would say probably 4 passes on each end will be enough to allow it to get through properly. So we'll do this one here, and it'll probably do exactly the same again because of the speed that it's going. I reckon, actually, I think it's probably going to be more like 6 passes before it's enough that it's going to be able to turn around. And stop. Yeah, it absolutely doesn't like that at all, does it? So if I lower and start it up, and then we just sort of come over here like this, and I'll do a little bit of a pass down here. That's just like to get it started a little bit, and then I bring it round this way. I don't know if that's going to be enough to kind of help it out in any way. There's a little bit that I've missed over there. I want to get that. I want to get this whole field planted properly. So if I come down back down to this end, and we'll do the same down here, just like make this one line, we'll see if one line is enough. I mean, we've got 2 lines here on the end, and we can just sort of run a little... Actually, we'll do 2 on this one. As we're here, we can easily do 2. And this is going to get us an idea of how many passes we need to do on the headlands before we can start the land work with this tractor and this seed drill. Because this seed drill will cover most of it. I just need to modify a different seed drill so that I can do row crop, which will be corn and we're probably not going to do sugar beet, although we might. I'm still umming and ahhing about sugar beet. I might do potatoes instead, but on the other hand, I don't have any equipment for potatoes, and I do have equipment ready for sugar beet. So I sort of got, yeah, it's up in the air at the moment, but we'll wait and see. So we've got 2 passes on this end, and we've got 1 pass down the other end. So if I can get this lined up now, we can then set the hired help going and see if it's enough space for it to stop on either end. So I'll stop there, set that one going, lower it into the ground, and he's away. I do have a weekly question for you this week, which I almost completely forgot about. the whole width of the machines. Now, I said earlier that I was going to try and start doing it so it's just the standard width of the machines. I'll make them faster, I will increase bounce right off the fence, but it's actually going to turn round by the look of it. It's still not going to turn around properly. It's still catching on the fence for some reason. I don't quite know why. It's something to do with the collisions, I would think. But it did do it. So I think, well, that's that's only a single pass there. So maybe the other one will be enough. We'll see. So yeah, my weekly question. Do you want me to use any machines that I set artificially wider than the actual machine is? Yes or no? Do you like that idea? I'll actually give you 3 options. I will give you a yes, I will give you a definite yes, a definite no, and a really don't mind. You enjoy either way. So yeah, I'd like to hear your opinions on that in the comment section, and I also would like you to answer the question. I love the fact it's going up, bouncing off the fence before it gets all the way, because it does its turn. And it does look like 2 is actually going to be enough. 2 is enough space for it to turn round. That's brilliant. But yeah, it's going up, it's bouncing off the fence. That is fantastic. Absolutely fantastic. We'll let it go one more time just to finish this off. So, yeah, and for those of you who are new to the series, what I was doing was I was making these, it would have the visual like this, but the width of it would be like 10-30 times wider than the actual machine, so that the worked area was wider, but the visual on the machine was exactly the same. But a few people, well, I had several comments that people didn't particularly like that. It kind of took the fun out of making this Unrealistic series, because kind of the Unrealistic series was, you know, a lot of people sort of seen it as like having fleets of machines, and doing this really, really fast stuff is very unrealistic, obviously, but it's still kind of in keeping with Farming Simulator. So very, very occasionally I will do the wide machines, obviously depending on this vote. If this vote says definitely go for lots of wide machines, then I will do more of them. Just maybe not quite to the extreme. I don't know. So give me your comments in the comment section. What sort of thoughts do you have on the idea? But also, I would like very much to hear about what sort of machines that you want me to run as well. There's something else that I would like you to hear. So that's the weekly question for this week. Is all about whether I should, how much I should be changing these mods, how much I should be altering them. And today we're sort of focusing on the artificial width that I was starting to introduce in quite a lot of the mods. However, all that being said, I mean, I was going to say that I'm not planning on like doing plows back on normal, but to be fair, we don't really have anything that we desperately need to plow up. So if we do end up with a field that we want to plow, it's not really going to make much difference, is it? It's going to be that we don't need to concern ourselves with it. We'll just bring that one back over here. So I've done quite a few passes on the very end of the field, so that when it does actually start doing the long runs, it's got plenty of room there. So I don't think we need to do that many going up through here, because it was able to turn on 2, but I reckon if we do 3, maybe 4 up through here, it might be better. And that's going to give us enough room then to be able to turn properly. And then we just want to run down to the other end of the field and do the same down there. Just get a couple of passes down there, and then I think we're good to go. And pull that one out to there. Let that one. So this one should go all the way up through and bounce off the fence and then turn around. And in tomorrow's episode, I'm going to get a combine and I'm going to start cutting. Now, some people have said they, yeah, well, it didn't really come up, but they want to see me using a bigger header. Now, I've seen an even bigger header than the one that we were using, but a few people said that they'd like to see me try using Courseplay and use small machines. Right, that's just bounced straight. Oh, this did get stuck in the fence, but he's managed to turn around okay. Yeah, I'd like to see me start using, use the small machines with the giant headers or something like that, but don't have the tanks really, really big. Some people said standard size tanks, and then I did have another suggestion for slightly bigger tanks, and using Courseplay. Now, I suck at using Courseplay. Everybody knows that I suck at using Courseplay, so whether I can actually make Courseplay work, I don't really know. That is going to be the difficult bit, is whether I can actually get it to work. I can try. That's all I can say, is I can try to get Courseplay to work, and then we'll sort of see. We'll play it by ear after that. But yeah, I have not had much luck with using Courseplay so far. It kind of ended badly. I did manage to get Courseplay to do the silage a little bit, but even then I struggled with it so much that I gave up kind of rolling the silage clamp with Courseplay, and I just altered the XML file to reflect that the silage was compacted. That felt like a better way of doing it to me because of just how bad I am at using Courseplay. So yeah, I'm willing to give it a try, but I make no promises as to how successful that is going to be. And but I'm not planning to do that this time round. What I'm going to do is I'm going to take our little Dominator that we were using, and it's going to be running faster. I might actually slow it down to a little bit more of a sensible speed. Actually, I think I did, didn't I? We can get one of the fields that we've got, I think, with a Dominator, just with like a big capacity tank, and we can just let the Dominator work that field. It's just going to keep working it, and that can sort of go on for several episodes. But then what I'd also like to do is get another field with some bigger headers on, and I did see a header that was absolutely enormous. I think it could be a lot of fun to use. And no, that's actually getting stuck in the fence, that one is. I mean, it did work its way off the fence eventually. So let's take this one here and we'll go up, start heading down this end. And this one is good to go then. We can just leave, I think we'll just leave this one seed drill working on this field. And because we don't need beans immediately. Once we've done here and we can get this down to the other end of the field, we're going to have to do a few passes down the other end as well. I reckon 5 passes would probably be enough, but we'll see when this one comes back up again. That's when we can see. But this should give you an idea of how long it's going to take to get all the way down there. I mean, we are planting at 74 kilometers an hour. I think that's about 50 miles an hour for those of you who don't work in kilometers. I don't think that's too bad. I think that's actually pretty good, really. Herring off down through there. What have we got in the way of storage? We've got a few thousand litres of each. So we could tomorrow, actually, we could get a... Where is the storage? That's the next thing, is I've got to find where it's actually stored at. That's going to be interesting. I think it's in the central location on the map. But it may not. I think it's here in the middle. It might not be, though. It might be somewhere else. That's where we're going to look first to see if we can find it. I'm going to get a few trailers. Just get a line of trailers, and then when we've got this line of trailers, we can get them all loaded up with a little bit in each, and then we can take that over to the pigs and we can give them some food. So they'll at least have something to keep them going. This field is huge. I picked this field because it was a smaller field. This is absolutely enormous. Look at this thing. We're barely halfway down. I really don't sort of grasp the sheer scale of this map when I'm looking at the pictures of the map. You just don't, do you? You're so used to how big it should be, and then you get on a 4x map, think, wow, this is absolutely massive. And then we come here, and this is just insane. It's just absolute insanity. And I didn't actually notice, but our big bud has stopped working. The traitor. I can't believe it. He has just given up and stopped working. We'll go and check that one in a minute. I just want to see what this one's going to do when he gets to the end of the line, and then we can. We're going to have to set it planting across the end here. I need it to do 5 passes on the end. I think 5 passes is going to be enough. I hope it's enough. And that's going to take us right down near the pigs. Is there a gate down this end of the field? It would please me immensely if there was a gate down this end of the field. I don't think there is. Right, that's just going to bounce right off of there. It's not actually going to do anything else. So I'm going to turn this one round, and I'm going to put it up to this side here. And I'm going to let this one run up through. So this will end up, we'll get 5 passes across here. But while that one's going, yeah, just press H on there. It took a long time to get from one end to the other, didn't it? So let's go through here, and Big Bud. Right, why have you stopped? Oh, I see. It thought it had finished the field. Well, that's no good. So it did make it all the way down to the end here. So let's just turn around, and I believe that there is plenty of room for it to turn on the ends of any of the fields now. And we can bring that one up there. Set it on this, but I'm hoping that this is actually going to be enough here. Then when it comes back round the next... I mean, it did it all right at the other end, didn't it? That was fine at the other end. Just get the wiggle on a little bit and wiggle it on back through there. There. Right, that should be... Alright, that'll go into that point there. And is it wide enough? Yes, it's covering it. And then if I just jump out a minute... I'm hoping that when it comes down here, that's actually going to see that it's in the right place and it will be okay. And this should be a wide enough piece here that it can turn around. We'll see. Once it gets down there, that's going to be the big test. So let's jump back to this. It turned round! It actually did it! Miracles never cease. He actually managed to turn himself round. Right, it's just at the short end of the field here. Yeah, the short end of the field. Who am I kidding? This is brilliant. Right, so this is what we're doing. This is what this tractor's going to do. We're going to let this one carry on. It's just got the single wheels. We will get dual wheels on another one. In tomorrow's episode, I will have a row crop planter adjusted. I'm not going to adjust the width of it. I'm just going to adjust the speed of it, the same as what I've done on this one. So that now, is that one going to actually turn around, or is it just going to give up right there? No, it's going to give up. So yes, I will, in tomorrow's episode, I will have a row crop planter, and we can start planting field 5 with corn. Now, that's going to be the important one that we need. We don't have any corn currently planted on the map, and we need corn to be able to feed the pigs. So that one's quite important. So if I can get the row crop planter set up, I'm not going to make it wider. That is down to this week's vote. But I will make it faster. I will definitely make it faster. I'll give it an increased capacity so we don't have to worry about refilling it with seed or anything like that. Let me just start that one. What do you mean you're blocked by an object? There we go. And we can carry on down through there. This the third row, isn't it? I want to do 2 more after this. So yeah, we'll get that one going, and what I'll probably do is I will probably put several tractors, we'll get several roll-ins all going so we can do fast planting, and I will put a line of them down through this field. So we'll probably put 5 of them working in this field, working up and down. We're going to need to get one first and just do some headlands on it, so we'll do that on each. Actually, we'll probably just drop one into each end and work both headlands at the same time, and then once that is done, once we've done 5 or 6 passes there, so they've got room to turn around, we will then work that field. So we should get that planted tomorrow with corn. Then we'll be in a position that we can set everything up and we can get it all harvested as quickly as... We don't own the field, seriously, all the way over here. I didn't actually see that coming. Did not see that coming at all. Not this far out from the other one. I know that there are some issues with it, but generally that is being taken care of, so the we don't own this field issue should be dealt with by version 2 of this map. Once the version 2 is released, there shouldn't be any more issues with it. And just bring that one around there. Right. Set that one going up through there. I'm going to just finish off this. I'm going to do 2 more passes of this one and then 1 more. And then in the beginning of next week's episode, tomorrow's episode, I should say, we can just run this one up and down a couple of times and see how it turns on the headlands. So if you enjoyed this episode, then please head down below and give us a like. And if you really enjoyed it, then please tell your friends all about me. Get them to come and watch as well. That would be awesome. But until next time, thank you very much for watching. This is Frithgar. Goodbye, and see you later.